caterpillar. What are you still doing around? Shouldn't you be in a cocoon? Hey, this is Will Buchanan. I'm walking all the way across the country to New Hampshire in search of and to work toward more freedom on a project called the Walk for Liberty. Today is December 1st, 2008, day 201. I think these trees are so pretty. Does anyone know what they are? Today is my first day back to walking in 7 days. 2 Fridays ago, when we were in Seneca Falls, we had decided to take the RV into a repair shop. To address a problem with it vibrating and shaking, which had started happening the night before. Brooke had started driving it to a regional international big rig truck repair shop when the RV completely died on her a mile before getting there. And it ended up costing $150 to get towed that mile to the repair shop. Because it had gotten in so late on that Friday, they weren't able to complete the diagnosis until the following Monday. We had thankfully hooked up with a local couple in Seneca Falls, Nate and Karen, who are Ron Paul supporters. And they generously allowed us the use of their extra car for the next few days, so that I could at least continue walking for a couple more days while waiting on the RV. The following Monday, when the repair shop completed their diagnosis, they determined that the transmission was completely shot, as well as a few other parts which had been damaged by the vibrations, but which I don't remember the names of. After investigating several options, their recommendation was to order a rebuilt transmission. However, because of the upcoming Thanksgiving holiday, it wouldn't arrive for several days. So, as I reported on in a previous video, we decided to push our arrival date to New Hampshire back a week, from December 6th to December 13th. Even though we were stuck there for several days in their parking lot, it actually wasn't so bad. They let us plug into their electricity, which kept us from freezing at night, and also allowed us to still work on our computers. And it actually turned out to be kind of like a little vacation. Even though I'm really glad to have done the Walk for Liberty, and if given the choice, would go back and do it all again, this completely mobile lifestyle doesn't come without its drawbacks. And I think that little vacation gave us both a taste of what it'll be like to be in one spot again and to be able to settle down in New Hampshire. Anyway, the transmission finally came in and they got it installed for a cost of $3,500 Federal Reserve notes for parts, labor, and mandatory government extortion fee. However, that's not quite the end of the story, as yesterday we had another scare when we were leaving. When we had gotten several miles down the road, Brooke noticed that the RPMs on the RV were really high, as if it wasn't shifting up to high gear. And also, the gauge on the dashboard indicated that the engine temperature was really high. We pulled off into an empty lot and consulted on the phone with Brooke's mechanic dad, Roy. He had her check out several things, and one of the things she noticed was that the vacuum hose connecting the transmission to the engine was loose. After securing that, we tried it out and everything seemed to be fine, when all of a sudden the RV died right in the middle of the road. And it wouldn't start again. A couple minutes later, a sheriff showed up and asked us what was going on. Thankfully, he was very hands-off and didn't bug us, and pretty much just waited in his car till we got it moved out of the road. I went to talk to someone who lived nearby to ask him to help me push it off the road, and he generously offered to pull it with his tractor back into the empty lot we had been in before. When we got there, we started diagnosing it over the phone again with Roy, and discovered that a couple wires going into the distributor cap had fallen out. All we had to do was plug them back in, tape them in place, and voila, the RV started back up again. So thanks to the guy with the tractor and Brooke's dad, we probably saved several $100s. Not to mention a lot of time, which might have jeopardized our arrival date again. But fortunately, I'm on the road again, with less than 10 walking days left till New Hampshire. I walked about 18.5 miles for Liberty today. Here are my GPS coordinates. If you appreciate what we're doing to spread the message of freedom on the Walk for Liberty, please consider contributing to our work at donate.walkforliberty.com. This is Will Buchanan, signing off. Of all the absurd laws that should really just be common sense, I predict there was a fair this past weekend. Damn it, Jim! I'm a doctor, not a bricklayer. Hello, I am Hans, and I am Franz, and this is a very girly, manliest town. I wonder if these people are getting busted for having a couch blatantly out on their own property.